This is heat 1 of 1 for the women's 3,000 meter steeplechase. In lane 1.
Our starter's about to give the signal. And we had a misfire on the gun.
A misfire or a false start for our only competitor.
Yeah, there's only one woman in this event, Heather Circa Mecklenburg. The internet tells me that she went to RPI and she works as an engineer, of course, I think a biomedical engineer. And her first result on Google is for a scholarly article, a paper that was published probably as part of a PhD. So, very smart, I assume, is Heather.
So Greg, talk to us about how come there's no hurdles on this first 200 meters.
All right, we'll talk about the race. So, steeplechase. Our announcer, Mark Mile, is giving the crowd a bit of a tutorial as well, but I believe she'll go over 28 barriers, including 7 water jumps. So when she comes around to the line, she'll have 7 laps to complete the 3,000 meters with 4, well, I guess, it's 4 barriers per lap plus the water jump. So 5 times in the air every lap and once in the water.
Have you ever done the steeplechase, Greg?
Never done the steeplechase. It's a grueling event. You need to be tough. You need to have the right mental attitude for it, and of course the physical strength and capability to get yourself over those barriers. I was always too injury prone to try it. I feel like I would have really broken myself in this event. But I think a lot of people try it in college. It's just an opportunity to do something a little different. If you've been, running the mile or something for 4 years and looking for something new.
And of course, all events are worth the same. So if it's not an event that a lot of people do, you can maybe score points to the team.
Yeah, I think it's also an opportunity to try and get, especially younger runners, to help contribute to a team score at a conference meet, or perhaps go on to bigger and better things, make regionals, nationals. All right, she clears that barrier. Come around with 6 laps to go. Eric Ryan is our lap counter. See, he's got his arms crossed, wearing long sleeve and jeans.
It's a little chilly here.
It is chilly. Bit of a breeze. We were blessed with really good weather at the first, I guess 2 of the first 3 meets. Especially meet 3 was a gorgeous, sunny, 70-degree day.
Meet 2 is pretty good. It was a little hot, but for the faster races, it was pretty good weather. There's no wind.
Yeah, we had that heat warning that weekend, but it didn't get as hot as expected.
A lot of people were worried about the heat, but actually, meet 2 actually turned out to be quite ideal temperature at the end. It really cooled off at night.
Yeah, well, we canceled the 10K as the featured event at Meet 2 ahead of time and brought it back for Meet 3, where we had both the 10K and the 1500 as featured events.
Might have been canceled a little prematurely, but, safety first, of course.
Yeah, well, we still had, we had a deep field on the men's side, and on the women's side, I think we had 3 runners from Battle Road, 2 of whom finished.
We still got an excellent 5K on that night in Lowell, with a lot of runners in a mixed field, setting great times. Action all over the track. Today in this race, of course, we know who the winner will be, barring any DNF.
Yeah, and as Heather comes down the home straight here for the 3rd time, she's got a pretty good tailwind with the way it's blowing out here at Bentley.
And it's just gusting around. It's not too constant, but those gusts can make a difference, good or bad.
Like most outdoor tracks in New England and probably all over the country, it gets windy out here at Bentley. We practice here all spring. This is the home track for Battle Road Track Club, and many a workout we have had to brave the wind. And in practice, maybe it makes you tougher, but in the race, you're hoping to run a fast time. Maybe hope for not so much wind, and now she'll probably be feeling it in her face, coming around back straight as she clears that barrier and goes over the start line, completing her third lap around.
Yeah, and her seed time was 12:45, about 5 minutes as she's gone through 1 mile, right?
I think she's done 1,200.
1,200, sorry.
But we'll have to listen for the PA announcer.
Yeah, it's about 1,200, sorry.
He does a great job of tracking laps while we're just gabbing away up here, trying to focus on the race.
So yeah, the interesting thing about the steeple in comparison to the hurdles, like from a technical perspective, is that you actually can put a foot on the top of these barriers and then push off of it if you need to. Sometimes you just hop over if you're feeling good, but a lot, it's pretty normal to like step off of it from a time to time.
Yeah, these barriers are heavy. They do not move. So sometimes you'll see a fall, unfortunately, or see someone hit one of the hurdles, and that really hurts. It's not like the sprint hurdling events where those hurdles are kind of light and will bounce back if you hit them.
Yeah, I mean one positive thing though is that of the sturdiness is that it's not going to tip over. So with the regular hurdles, I feel like there's such a greater chance of a trip because it's just a clip. The hurdle will come with you, and get some kickback. So especially when you have to go over 25 hurdles, 28 hurdles. Of course, the water jump makes it really interesting because no one likes to race in wet shoes. You would never choose to do that. But in the steeplechase, it's kind of inevitability. And I wonder if they've ever done a study to show how much that slows you down, just having like a little extra weight in your shoes as you go around. Because unless it's a very hot day, your shoes just get a little bit wetter and wetter each lap.
Yeah, I haven't really thought about that, but I imagine it's similar to like jumpers who get sand all in their shoes and stuff. Might be pretty uncomfortable at first, but eventually something that you get used to.
Yeah, but I just think from the weight perspective, like I would never want to run a fast like 800 or 400 in wet shoes. That just doesn't feel great, and I can't imagine it feels amazing even if you're going a little bit slower for a longer distance.
Yeah. Well, with the spike technology that we have these days, they're really light.
Yeah, they're definitely breathable shoes. So,
breathable, yeah,
I'm sure some of the water pours out immediately, but that also just means that they're taking in a lot of water every time they land.
Yeah, maybe it's like the boats, out on the ocean where they actually have holes in the deck so the water can just kind of sweep on and off and over everything.
Special steeplechase water dispersion technology.
Yeah, I don't know if there are specific spikes for steeplechase. Maybe someone is trying to do that.
Maybe we just thought of a new niche market. There's a couple laps to go here. She's still in the lead by the largest margin possible.
Ooh, tough water jump there for Heather.
Aren't they all?
But she is in the final third of the race. I think she will have 800 meters to go, 2 laps, when she passes through the finish line this time around. Watch her approach this hurdle, see how she lines it up.
Nice, clean.
Leading with her right leg. Like hurdlers, steeplechasers have a lead leg, a preferred leg to go over the hurdles with. And
less than 2 to go now.
you'll see her kind of line up her steps going into the hurdle, make sure she's taking off on the right foot, and that stutter step can slow you down a bit because you're not doing your full stride. So it's really hard over the course of a steeplechase when you've got so much distance in between barriers to make sure you're always going into the hurdle in the right position. But I think that's something that you practice, and some of the best steeplechasers will cleanly approach each hurdle and not break their stride.
And 20 and 6 laps. Heather seated herself at 12:45.
And as she comes into the water jump, she will have
Just
almost
500.
500 meters to go.
And this is where, if you have anything left, if you're trying to improve your time, you really got to push now.
Yeah, I think she can sense the end is in sight. Might feel another extra burst of energy knowing that she's just got a lap to go. Only 4 more hurdles and a water jump to clear. So,
And there's the bell.
Eric Ryan ringing the bell.
Just over 11 minutes 15 seconds at the bell. One
And
final circuit.
And she might be feeling it now as she maneuvers over the hurdle rather than a clean jump.
Yeah, you know, she did that on her last lap. I was a little worried that she might be losing steam and getting really uncomfortable, but she cleared the next hurdle just fine. So it might just be getting out of her rhythm.
It's good
going
jump
into
there.
that hurdle.
Yeah, it could just be
back on track.
It could just be a bounce thing too. Like, you just feel like, oh, I still have the ability to run, but maybe not feeling as elastic at that point, and you just need a little breather for a second before you attempt another big jump. 80 meters later.
Just over 12 minutes.
Yeah,
Goes through
I mean,
7 laps.
I'd bet her legs are burning at this point. If I can imagine
One
what it's
more
like
water
to
jump.
be in the
Around
last
the
lap
bend
of
down
any kind of
the
race.
straight.
You're feeling it, and to
That's
have
here
to
before she
still
finishes
clear
off the
hurdles
race.
over that, it's a
Circuit
different kind of strength and a different kind of pain.
Final water jump here. Pretty clean.
Yep, she's cleanly through that water jump. 1 barrier left.
As smooth a water clearance as she's had the entire race for the last one. Finishing with a
One more
flourish.
hurdle to go.
All right, the crowd is cheering her on.
Nice jump there.
Heather is
She's
over
got
the
power
barrier,
to
and
finish.
she will kick it in.
Making it out is Heather Circa Mecklenburg.
And Heather will win the 3,000
Your
meters
winner.
steeplechase.
The women's 3,000 meter steeplechase.